Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Midas, and I'm here to talk to you about MassDrop.com. What is MassDrop? Well, it's a community of enthusiasts that have gotten together to find the greatest products and find the correct specifications to make those products great. Not only that, they sell you the product on the website there as well for a reduced price. Products such as what? Well, this is my favorite one, the AKG K7XX Red Edition. It's a wonderful set of headphones made to the complete specifications of enthusiasts and people that love headphones. As for me, I'm an idiot. I don't know what makes a good headphone, so I just listen to those nerds and buy it cheap. That's how I became a billionaire. MassDrop.com. Stop by, see some stuff, and buy some headphones. Just like me.
Buffed heroes.
That was exciting. Very first game. We got both of them.
Exciting it is, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Navi versus Mitterfeed here on Midas Mode Series 2.
All right. Can I just say, these are the best overlays and production things. I think this screen is so cool.
Woo!
I love it.
Cool.
Thank you, Buka and Layerth.
So, small reminder again, the only team that can't complete the no filter challenge.
You can bet decimals?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitterfeed have bet 3-2 here.
Interesting.
It's fantastic.
I think
the biggest one so far.
I think we round up and keep that 0.8 moonbucks.
I believe so. This is definitely a round-up institution.
Thank
here.
these guys.
Thank you so
All
much,
right, so
Mitterfeed.
I was actually expecting the blind auctions to be around this value. Like, if a ban is 30 to 60, like, surely you can wager that much in the blind auction. I feel like that makes sense. So Mitterfeed's going to lose their 32, maybe 33. We'll see. No, it's actually, we rounded down, damn it. They actually just took advantage of us. They just got free moonbucks. Maybe. We'll see.
My God.
We don't know.
3.2 Mr. Midas is going to be lit.
Shut it down. Shut the whole thing down.
whole thing down. All right.
We're going to have running numbers soon. The whole screen's going to be covered. They're going to break Buka's poor code.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
So we'll see where they go with. Very long for a first ban, actually. And this is basically the question. Do they go for everybody's ban and chant? Is
What's
that
up with this sorting, Reginald?
Ooh, that's an 81 cost ban, actually. That's very expensive. That hero's been banned every single game so far.
Yeah.
She's up to 226 cost, 81 ban.
It's just too much. And I think Chen's also up for consideration, too, because he got some decent buffs.
He actually did get some decent ones.
Look at these bans. Navi has learned.
All right, they know
They're
they need
like,
money.
We don't give a shit. Take whatever you want.
If they ban 0 heroes, they get 200 moonbucks. So we'll see if they can hold true to that.
That's dollar.
That seems really worth it to me. I don't feel like the bans are that necessary.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that way?
I kind of think so, too.
Whoa, that's a random Viper, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a good random. That's a 249 cost here. That's
Hey, now we're talking.
Hell yeah.
Oh, but they random the Kraken shell into Viper.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, they still get a little bit of money, though, so that's probably Navi's big goal. After losing out on that last series, they lost 2 games. They spent a decent amount. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that 5-man random right here today.
Really?
I
don't think we'll see one the whole event.
Come on.
I expect we'll see some like 2 and 3 man randoms, but I'd be surprised if they go 5. Because, I mean, it's still about how many series you win. OG's up 1 now. I mean, if you get 4th place in the group, you're out of the tournament.
Yeah.
You have to win some series. So the only time I'm going to expect that is if a team's really low in cash and they know they got a hard match coming up, or maybe they're up 1 game. Like they're going to random 2, maybe 3 heroes, and then they're going to pick the last 2, I swear.
Okay, so there's a good use of your random, though. You get 200 moonbucks, and then you can spend it on a very nice, expensive hero in the tiny.
Very good job there. So they're only negative 21 moonbucks right now. Mid or feed, kind of following that OG strat. You know, they're looking to make some money in this draft, boys.
We'll see. I think this 1 random thing is pretty good. It makes me think of all the people that complain about randoming in ranked.
Yeah, like me.
Because I mean,
CCNC's not
Who
having
do
a
you
good time
think
right
you
now.
are coming into my rank game that I desperately want to win and be like, oh, I can play any hero, I'm purged.
I don't do that in solo queue. I do it in my party MMR, and as a result,
That's even worse.
No, it's not. As a result, my party MMR is way lower than my solo because I random.
Yeah.
It's my MMR is balanced around me randoming. There's some RNG obviously, but you know.
Don't random and ranked.
I miss randoming. I'm not gonna lie. I don't genuinely miss it.
Jesus.
It's,
You get your little pity stick and your mango.
well,
You know, I was thinking that Mr. Omni-Knight here would be a pretty strong hero these days, and now with a Tide and Tiny Opener, pretty big consideration, I would say, for
expensive,
Mitterfeed.
though.
He's pricey, but he's not as pricey as like some of the other best offlaners. Like Brewmaster, Beastmaster are like toppest tier offlaner. Nature's Prophet is also very close. He is super value, by the way. He's only 196. Like Prophet he's amazing, super good hero. But Navi, hard to work him in with the
Did
current
get a little
random.
nerfed. He was pretty OP.
Yeah, but he also like Poorman Shield's gone. That was a big thing for him.
Yeah.
It's a lot better for him in the off lane.
I'm going to miss that mana regen as a spammer. Oh, good times.
But like Magic Community's so good against Tiny now because they just removed the toss thing too. There's no more like any of this craggy crap or anything you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Like
That was a good removal.
It looks like Na'Vi is going to go for that all-ban bonus, huh?
Yeah,
The no
yeah,
ban
it definitely
bonus.
seems so. I mean, it's worth it. They spent quite a bit in the last match, and they're spending more. They value these strong heroes, man. And I think that's something they might have to do, because if they lose 2 sets on the first day,
I mean, that's rough.
it's looking real bad.
Yeah.
Now, the way tiebreakers work is there's a decent chance of tiebreakers. It's first how many sets you win, and if you're tied there, it's how many matches you've won within that tiebreakers and how many losses you've had. And if that's still tied with the other person you're tied with, it's who has more Moonbucks. So Na'Vi probably needs to go and win some games. Even if they don't win the set, they need to win at least one game, I think, for them to feel a little safe.
what do we think about Io?
It's is he that expensive? He's not bad. 120.
124.
It's a little.
I mean, you have the Tiny, you have the Ravage to help set it up.
I mean, Na'Vi makes Midas mode look balanced. Honestly, like watching the last game with OG, I'm like, we messed up everything. But now, like Na'Vi's got a little bit of a hard decision. No, they're buying heroes that are expensive, that make sense by all means. But mid or feed, maybe trying to do the OG strat. We'll see. Bounty wise. Any other bounty possibilities? There's no. All the heroes are already different.
Yeah, we've lost it.
So no keeping in the family. I think that's a challenge that's actually almost never going to be touched. Let's be like really buff up the value or something.
I was kind of surprised. I thought it was pretty decent. Maybe like an all-in draft or something like that.
It's restrictive. If you random, then you can't do it anyway. So it's kind of like it makes more sense to do one random and then fill out a draft. That gives you.
I think you should always first pick random every time.
Yeah, I would
What's
agree.
the big deal? You can always build around.
What's the big deal?
Yeah,
what's the deal with randoming?
I mean, worst case scenario. Honestly, what's the worst case scenario? What is the worst hero?
Like something super counterable.
If a team gets Meepo and none of their cores play Meepo, if neither their mid or their carry plays Meepo at all, that would be awful for them.
I mean, I've been there.
Techies.
You just don't skill the ult. He's just a right clicker that slows.
Jeez.
She's just a right clicker that slows.
He's
That's
great.
not good. All right. Moderate
That's
Spencer.
a value pick.
What do you think Spirit Breaker is really good this game? Just he did get
I think he's
nerfed.
just a strong hero
slightly.
in general.
He
Helps
is.
you set up across the map. Probably, I do think they must be a little concerned about the IO possibilities, and he's generally considered decent against that. But
That makes sense.
Rubik's pretty bad to be running into as a Spirit Breaker, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuns really on Navi's draft that can really mess him up. But early game, not really the case. I would say he's very good there. Like comboing a Viper with a Spirit Breaker, that kills any hero on Navi's side. Because you're talking about chain stuns with break.
Yep.
Even Tide is going to die to that.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
I
They're
think
gonna
that's
be
what they're
stuck
thinking.
in that Nether Toxin for a really long time.
Yeah. Na'Vi going to go basically for a little bit of a rendition of what they did game 1, which was Tiny plus nukes. The Pugna Tiny combo is pretty solid. I think it's gives good opportunities.
Yeah, this looks like a mid or feed pick that'll be something that combos well with the Spirit Breaker. Maybe like a Doom kind of hero, someone that can kind of bully around in the off lane, someone who can take advantage of the fact that Spirit Breaker suddenly shows up. Darkseer used to be that big go-to classic, but he's obviously fallen off quite a bit. As you can see here by the Moonbuck graph of him being way down at 95.
My goodness gracious. Who's the cheapest hero? Is it still Techie?
It's Techies.
It's still Bristleback. It's Bristleback Huskar Techies right
you're
now.
right.
Yeah, where is that? Can we sort by price, please?
Well,
Reginald?
It is but it's sorted within the.
Yes.
I like that.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
I
Pardon me.
prefer it this way. 'Cause
I
I think
do.
it's
So
easier.
sorry.
all right,
everyone.
it's easier. It's easier for people to kind of see where
How
everything is.
Bristleback has fallen. Remember when he was the super top tier?
Yeah, that wasn't even that long ago. That was right before TI.
Yeah.
He was the big deal.
That was like Solar Crest was OP and
There wasn't a Viper that broke
Hey!
passives.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
I know.
Pangolier, his price is increasing every game, and people are still going for it.
You know what's so bizarre is that right when Pangolier came out, everybody was saying that Pangolier was trashed here. And then the last week, everybody's like, man, Pangolier's really OP. That was my consensus feel. And now, like 3 days ago, everybody thought the Pangolier was still bad.
Yeah. He's just more complicated in the sense, like compared to Dark Will. Dark Will just has spells. It's very simple.
Yep.
You look at the spells, you're like, damn, these are ownage. And then Pangolier needs a combination of his spells plus certain items. Plus it's more skill-based. Like you have to get used to this whole ulting thing. You have to think about when the armor reduction is going to be good. But he definitely fits that idea of having an offlaner that can pair well with the Spirit Breaker here too. So it could really bully a carry.
Now, here's a hero that's been picked up a lot, especially in Dream League, that we haven't thought about at all. Lifestealer. Any interest in Lifestealer? How's he been doing lately? I mean, he'd be pretty good on mid or feeder right now with
Yeah, I
that
would
delivery
agree.
system.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. He's good laning against Tides. I would say he works pretty darn well against Tiny. He can't be tossed anymore. That's actually that's probably one of the simplest examples of a big nerf to Tiny. Is Tiny versus Lifestealer.
Yeah, because it used to be considered like it was. You know,
you have Rage at the start of the game. There's probably so many circumstances where you could just toss him away. I think that's a great point. The downside, obviously, is that you're against a Pugna, and that's going to be awful against Lifestealer. He decreps whoever gets attacked. If you don't have Rage, he decreps you and you die. So I think Lifestealer won't quite work out here, but it was pretty close to a good idea.
Hey, thanks. That's about as close as I ever get for you, Bird.
Oh,
What?
Okay.
They random Venge last. That's so good.
600?
Last pick random. They get the bonus for the last pick random. And that Venge was one of the most expensive heroes in the draft. What a lucky random from mid or feed. Navi has got to be feeling that right now.
I'm stunned. I'm so stunned. What a great random. Super versatile. Their lanes still aren't even revealed.
I think it's supposed to be 500.
Options.
It's supposed to be 500 moonbucks, but
It is supposed to be 500. Pardon us, Purge, keeper of the bank.
Time.
But yes, they get a little bonus there for the 5th pick random. Is
Nice little salt in the wound, too, that you get it against Na'Vi.
I mean, Navi, it's just poor luck at this point. If you're going to get...
There's no way Navi doesn't go to Twitter and complain about random after this, surely. Right? So 2 Dooms and a Viper and a Venge, like, those are all first-row picks. Those are Tier 1
Yeah,
Midas
that
mode
is
picks.
so rough on Na'Vi. And they're going to actually go for the 80 Moonbuck Shadow. What the hell?
Okay.
Why? Is he that good here?
His Shadow Rays stack got buffed.
Yep.
He's probably pretty good against Viper, honestly. Just get out of the Nether Toxin. You probably just right-click trade him.
Throw some raises, yeah.
He's very inexpensive. He's also got minus armor aura, which is pretty solid. And he can raise whoever gets decrep. That's probably incredible, actually. Decrep with like triple raise or double raise. Sounds good.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bonus damage.
He just has to deal with Spirit Breaker is maybe the tough part, and maybe Pangolier is going to be a pain in the butt. But
between Rubik, Tide, and Tiny as well, they have a lot of kind of like control elements where maybe you can get off some big ultis if you end up in a big team fight. But again, he's fighting against a Spirit Breaker and Pangolier, he can rotate relatively early. He doesn't need 6 to suddenly make an impact mid. You could just go for some sort of a swashbuckle play combined with a charge, and the Shadow Fiend might just get like demolished.
Does he do that? Does Pangolier actually gank that early? I don't
He
think I
can, depending on his lane, right?
Anything.
Because if he's going to be solo off lane, often you have to kind of make that early rotation if they're putting too much pressure on your lane. I mean, certain off laners really stink at that. You know, the terrible Tidehunter, for example, would be a pretty awful one. But we used to see like Shaker when he was off lane. You just go mid and Fisher. Sure, why not? Make a kill happen.
So what's the play here for Navi? I think we can all agree it was a rough random on that last one.
Yeah.
They've got a road ahead. Do they focus on the bounties now? Is that what their big goal is? And just try to get as much money out of this one as possible? Or do they try hard?
I think it was very clear from OG that it's very easy to nail 1 or 2 bounties. Like, if you have a big advantage, leave the Aegis on the ground for a minute. And if you win, that's like 350
buy
bucks.
some items when you're already up a bunch of golds.
Pick an SNY hero, buy an SNY, and then if you're winning and you're pretty sure you're going to close the game out, buy a Kaya as well to grab some more bonus. Even if you're losing, that's not that's you don't want to lose for it, I don't think. But if you think you can win with buying a Kaya, I think go for the Kaya.
So you think that they should probably focus on winning the game, and then if they can do that, then they get the bounties.
If they can also get bounties along the way, yes.
Winning is pretty important.
Well, winning is important, but sometimes sometimes you're just flat out drafted. It might be a good idea to just be like, all right, let's get as many bounties as possible and lose this one.
That's definitely a possible strategy for days to come. We'll see how if we mess
I'm a
something
bit
up.
worried about the combo of Spirit Breaker and Dark Willow early aggression. That sounds terrifying.
Oh,
If they both have some
horrible.
like early levels and they both just show up in your lane, you are
Especially as an SF.
yeah.
It's going to be tough.
All right, well,
maybe.
Let's take a look at who's playing what here. Dendi
nice.
going to be going on that. Cinderin on the
Crystallize
Spirit
on the
Breaker.
Tide again.
It's a carry. No, it's a offlane Venge. Are they aggro tri-laning?
See, they've done this before actually with Kezu, where he plays this. So I don't know. But Tomato's also on the Dark Willow, so I don't know if this will actually end up being a core for them or what.
All right.
Plenty of different options.
Well, we're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, our first game of Series 2. We've got Navi versus Midderfeet coming to you live from our casters.
Thank you, Sir Action Slacks, for not calling us by our real names, just casters, as if we're just another cog in the wheel that is Midas mode. Pretty typical. But yep, Sunsfan here with Braximus, the great, the one and only. How's it going, buddy?
Scored pretty great. We have Pangolier and Dark Willow. Pangolier and Dark Willow.
I know. I'm going to have some issues calling these fights with the actual spell names and whatnot. But the cool thing here is Tomato is the position 1 Dark Willow. I have yet to see that personally.
Well, it is position 1, but he's in the mid lane. Well, it is position 1, but he's in the mid lane. Maybe he's the only one that's played it? Maybe he's the only one that's played it?
That seems pretty likely. But position 4, we saw this earlier with Jerax playing the Pangolier. Weehaw will be getting it this time. See if he's been practicing in his pubs or not. But should be a pretty freaking... Yeah, you're right, though. Tomato's obviously going to be mid here. Kezu, as Trent was talking about, played Venge offlane in Captain's Draft. Didn't go too well. In fact, Vengeful Spear is one of the highest cost heroes in this entire game.
Yeah, and I'd say for a pretty good reason, right? The Vengeance Aura where you have the Vengeance Aura where you have the...
You think that's actually good?
I think very strong. I think it's
super good. Okay, 1 to 10, 10 being OP. How good is it?
I don't have a number. I don't have a number. We're gonna have to see.
You need to tell me a number now.
All right. Okay, so it's not only the illusion change, right? You have the talents to go along with it too.
Yeah. True that. Okay.
Let's give it a 7. Maybe an 8.
Wow, that is quite high, actually. Quite good indeed. What
would you rate it?
Go ahead, Brax, as we fix some audio issues here.
Okay, Crystallize is giving him the beatdown with the tree. This thing is ridiculous, by the way. It's so good. I can't tell if it was a nerf or a buff. Like, he obviously lost some damage in the grow. Yeah, I agree with that, but...
So what happened? He lost move speed, he lost damage with grow, and then the tree grab was changed a decent amount. It's 5 hits no matter what now?
Yep, it looks like it honestly looks like a 1-point wonder kind of skill, right? Where you can go back to maxing the avalanche and stuff, and the avalanche and toss.
Pretty good stuff. We're going to see a dual lane here mid, Dendy and Roger versus Kezu and Tomato. So Kezu playing support this... Oh, no, I guess it... Actually, he is taking... Okay, Kezu support.
Well, they have a stand-in, right? They have our Viper player, Gorg. I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, it's Gork. Okay, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so I was interested to see how they do that as well. But, okay, so how strong is this Dark Willow hero in a dual lane mid against a vulnerable hero like the Shadow Fiend, right? Is the Rubik support going to be able to compensate for the weakness and help him get early souls? Or is this just the Massacre? Right, Dark Willow, this hero does a ton of damage.
I think it's going to be pretty strong, I think. We'll see. I assume First Blood's probably going to be in that lane. Bottom lane, Weehaw going to town against Seneko on the Tidehunter. Still has it. Wrong direction there, Weehaw. It's okay.
It just looks so goofy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Pretty cool hero, though. I've had a lot of fun myself, and watching it in Captain's Draft has been... Well, I saw Ice Ice play. It kind of spoiled me, because nobody else really picked it after that.
Yeah, that's true. When Ice Ice whips out all these new heroes in the offlane, it definitely spoils you.
In bot lane, they're going to be pushing up here. Navi is Seneko and Crystallize. So this will be a position, I assume, 5, since it is Seneko. Tidehunter. He's going to go to town on Weehaw right now, but...
You know, he's not too bad at zoning out the Pangolier, especially because Tiny's pretty strong in lane 2, right? He can always just toss the tree at him or run it and stun.
Oh, mid lane. Shadow Realm actually dodges the magic missile. Very nicely done. It's going to do a little bit of damage to Roger in the meantime. On the other side of the map, though, Cinderon's going to steal the rune as General gets off the Decrepify on himself, so he'll be healthy.
Alright, so how are these lanes going? We have General in the offlane. Pugna, level 2.5, Windlace. I mean, he's got a decent amount of gold 3 last hits against a Viper with... This is essentially a tri-lane, right? I mean, Spearbreaker and Venge have spent... Not really Venge, I guess Venge rotated after the Bounty Rune at 2 minutes, but... You know, General could die. They're wrapping around. Yep, charge. Oh, he tried to get it off. Oh, no, he's TPing out.
Oh, we're going to see First Blood on the other side, though. Looks like mid. Of course, the lane that I'm not watching. Excellent. Good camera work, Suns fan.
Excellent job. Nicely done.
I mean, he was all alone, though. So in a 1v2, obviously, you're going to be at the disadvantage. We've been hyping up this hero quite a bit, but...
So, with the Shadow Realm, isn't it super hard for him to die to, like, Well, I guess the Rubik Lift is instant, right? So he's still going to get raised afterwards?
Yeah, most likely.
It's not like destroying like a Venge Stun or anything, so...
Oh, Seneko taking so much damage. Another shield crash is available, and Weehaw's actually going to take that kill for himself.
I wish I had caught the beginning of that, because that's it's very interesting. I wonder if he was just low on regen, on health, because he's been trading so many hits with the Pangolier.
Good God, this Shadow Realm is actually ridiculous. But top lane, we're going to have a charge onto General. Gets off to Decrepify, but there's a magic missile. Cinder attempting to block. He eats a tree. Will that be enough to regen him up?
Oh my God.
He's getting quite low. Charges up in 2 seconds. Can they get vision? There's a ward there, so
they're in.
The answer to that is absolutely into the Howl. And the last right click from Cinderin.
All right, nice one. Seneko TPing in.
Oh my.
All right, Cinder, you got to get out of there.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. No mana. He's going to have 30 HP.
He needs 3 mana to TP.
He's not going to make it. There's no way. I know Cinder. I know Cinder. Seneko! And they're going to bring him down.
Oh, mid lane. Venge. Oh, might be able to come in. I guess not.
Oh, that was a miss.
Oh, that's so sad. You can miss uphill with the Shadow Realm.
Oh, that's such a nerf to the hero. I mean,
one of its many drawbacks, of course.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful ability. What is it? It's the skill that you typically will see players skill up all the way first. 360 damage is max.
It's the the mini Slark ultimate with the bonus damage and the empowered.
Now, we have a
auto
lot
attack,
of bounty
basically.
rune battles here. Top lane charge will connect. Saneko's here with the anchor smash. It's going to mitigate a lot of damage.
bash.
A nice timely bash by Cinderwin. Khezu no mana for a stun
mana.
here.
Even Viper's rotating in, but
They might just have to back up here. As there's the
Saneko's
charge.
looking
There's the
very
break that you were talking about earlier with the Nether Toxin being very strong. But it is only a support Tidehunter at the end of the day. One more Nether Toxin takes him down. So Gorky McGorky getting a kill for
is that how
mid or
you say
feed.
his name?
I don't know, dude. I changed it up quite a bit in Captain's Draft. So
All right, well now that's how it is.
yeah, we'll stick with it for now.
So the Dark Willow, okay, they're charging mid. Well, they're around mid to potentially gank up Shadow Fiend, but I was going to say, not doing maybe as well as we expected.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I guess it's probably about to change.
We have the Cursed Crown, double TP action. It's going to get the stun off, but there's a Telekinesis to fall into the Anchor Smash and into the Raise. And that is a dead Dark Willow for the second time this game.
Disastrous, right? This is like a... I mean, she seems pretty lane dominant with her abilities, and dying to Shadow Fiend like that. SF has max souls. He's going to be pretty tanky. I don't know. You expect the combo of like Spirit Breaker, Venge, and Dark Willow to be able to kill almost any mid hero.
Yeah, of course, Shadow Fiend did have the level advantage at that point because of the earlier kill, and they're going to try for it again. There's a Telekinesis. No. Shadow Realm is down, and that is going to be another easy kill for Na'Vi. They give it to Dendi, and Cinderon's very angry about this. Gets a charge off, but then runs away immediately.
All right, so that's the back-to-back deaths where he already TP'd in, so now he has to make the long walk of shame back with no boots. He's actually full boots money away from boots.
Top lane in the meantime, we have the Nether Toxin coming through. Decrepify TP will be successful, but Gork still has his lane all to his lonesome. As bottom lane now,
Saneko.
Wihan Khezu run into Saneko, get the magic missile off. Still have the swashbuckle available, so you have to think this will be a kill. He misses. Wihan needs to practice this hero, apparently. I will be PMing him right after the game. But they're going to run into Roger. There's a shield crash. Telekinesis will stun. And Roger, he's in a lot of trouble as Crystallize just throws a tree in the back of his head and will secure the kill for himself. But we're talking about mid lane, Dark Willow. The one disadvantage that you have is against the Shadow Fiend especially, you cannot push these lanes at all.
Yep, very true. You know, she keeps using the Shadow Realm aggressively to hit SF to harass him, but she's missed like 2 or 3 times on uphill. And
so you're saying she's losing because of RNG?
No. This is just like a fun fact. This is a smash.
Oh, that's a fun fact.
Kinda. It's bad.
If that's a fun fact, then oh man, that's rough stuff, man.
So I want to talk a bit more about Dark Willow because we haven't really seen too much of this hero. He's not getting off to a good start. 0-3 at this point of the game. No boots. And I mean, it looks like he has no game at the moment, right? Even the offlane Pugna is at a higher level than him. But you know, this hero has utility, right? You've got the big AoE root, the ultimate, the big fear as well, and up top General getting charged.
Yeah, they're going to try to turn this around. The Cursed Crown is there. They're going to get a double stun out of it as a result. Cinderon's still only level 2, though. Tomato gets down. The Brambles. General's still relatively healthy. Decrepifies into the blast, but there's the bash again from Cinderon. One more right click should take him down as Saneko is now attempting to kill Tomato. And that is a sad day if you are mid or feed fan right now. Cinderon might be able to take this for himself, though.
Oh,
no, there's the Decrepify again into the gush. He's attempting to TP out. He will do so successfully, but still, that is a position 5 Tidehunter killing your mid Dark Willow.
We're going to smoke the mid lane from mid or feed here. Hopefully they can kill this. He looks quite
Here comes the Rolling Thunder. That's one proc. He's hitting the other side of the wall, and nicely done from Weeha.
Beautiful.
He's going for more. Roger, shield crash on top of it. Do they have a stun here? Nope. It's on cooldown still. The Telekinesis is going to stun both. Weeha's going really deep, though. General's here with the Decrepify into the Nether Blast. And that'll force Pangolier back. But there's another Toxin. Gork getting off the ultimate. Looks like the Pugna will die here. And Cinderon cleans up the Rubik on the backside. So mid or feed coming back with a lot of aggression.
All right, Tiny TP's in too. Let's see if he can clean
Khezu
anything
is so
up.
dead. The Courier scouts him out, and he will die, I would assume. Although Crystallize is going to focus on the Cinderon. Might need to throw the tree the other direction instead. Cinderon will get away safely, but there's the Gush. Action-packed game in Midas mode. Gracious.
Right. You know, we just had a 3k gold lead in favor of Na'Vi, and now all of a sudden it's only at a 1k. Mid or feed bringing it back. I have no idea what's going on in these team fights. They are chaotic. They are crazy. Spells are being missed. I don't know what's going on.
Now, I'm just really interested. I'm going to see Shadow Realm popped again. But General, with the easy counter with the Decrepify, not a whole lot you can do.
Imbalanced.
Yeah, very imbalanced indeed. It looks like Tomato, who's yet to get boots, by the way. That's a little bit surprising.
He's struggling big time.
He will be going for a Veil of Discord to start things off. That's a pretty common build that I've seen, at least from support Dark Willow. Of course, she's kind of playing like support right now.
Well, that was not the intention.
Yes.
But of course, things don't always go the right way.
And Weehaw trying to abuse the fact that javelins are insanely powerful
They are
right now
so
in this
good.
patch. Going to be starting off with a couple of those, it looks like. And Roger might be in some trouble here as Weehaw does have the ultimate available, but top lane. So we'll give another Shadow Realm. Now that that's down, you have to think that Na'Vi are aware that they can probably take this. The
This
Gush
is bad.
into the... Okay. I don't even need to commentate. She just dies.
Yep, as we can see, he's dead. Completely
How much
gone.
do you think... All right, from a pro player's perspective, when a new hero comes out, not in Captain's mode, but you do have Captain's Draft in Midas mode, how much do you practice these heroes? You just don't really prioritize it.
mean,
You
it
have to hold that thought, Brax.
right.
Top lane, general.
I'm holding.
In a lot of trouble. Although it's the other way around as Dendi comes in with that newly picked up Blink Dagger. And that's Avenge Dunzo. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, I've been so rudely interrupted, I forgot what I was talking about.
I apologize. It's the whole new hero thing with pro
Oh.
players, how much they would actually practice
Of
them.
course. So I feel like when they first come out, right, everyone wants to play these heroes, whether you're a pro player or not. It's just
Okay.
exciting. It's brand new. So I imagine they're in a lot of pub games, right? They probably play against a lot of Pangoliers, a lot of Dark Willows.
Right.
People get mad when you pick these heroes because they're very strong. Dendi, he looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. They might just turn this around completely. With the Ravage onto 2, including the neutral. Cinderin drops dead. There's the toss. Shadow Fiend. Okay, Na'Vi are just rolling in this fight. They do get the position 5 Tide Hunter as the Rolling Thunder is here into a Terrorize. It's a lot of damage coming through, but not enough to secure themselves a kill as Tomato might be in trouble. Gets the toss into the Fade
Oh,
Bolt.
no.
And that's the...
Whatever you do, don't bring up the scoreboard. We don't want to look at the death count. It's looking quite ugly. And, you know, a 3k gold lead at 11 minutes. We had a 3k gold lead at like 7 minutes before, and that's without any towers being taken. It's pretty huge. Especially when we're talking...
Is about to take the plunge.
Is that a 10-minute Blink Dagger on an $85 hero? I'm getting goddamn robbed! I hate this tournament sometimes!
As we're going to have some action top. General healing up Crystallize, who's getting charged right now. Roger's going to TP out on that Rubik. There's the Nether Blast coming through, but General will find his way to the grave, and Crystallize still getting charged. Did he actually get off the health salve? So has a decent amount of health, but again, the Rolling Thunder comes through, and another shield crash as well. And Cinderin finally makes it to the party, but a little bit late.
I feel like we just saw the Rolling Thunder, and it's up again. 50 seconds cooldown at level 1. My God.
It's a pretty cool ult, I have to say.
It is. You know, it's one of these that feels like, especially in your pubs, probably doesn't feel too impactful, right? You've got some Dumbo bouncing around on the walls, missing everyone.
Yeah.
But here, in a coordinated, competitive Midas mode gameplay, looks pretty good.
Yeah, so bouncing off the terrain is kind of a big deal with that hero.
Yep.
Apparently Yules works. Have you seen that interaction?
No, I have not.
You roll into somebody, then you Yules, and it'll hit them
Oh.
again while you're Yules, so it's a double stun.
Okay.
And the way that Shield Crash works with the ultimate, especially when you get that talent at level 15, the 2-second Shield Crash, you can get it off a couple times. You can get it off like 3 or 4 times in a fight. Pretty insane. We're
kind
gonna have
of
a
cool, I
swap.
guess.
Roger looks like he might die here, but Decrepify keeping him alive. There's the Avalanche. Lots of damage coming through. Looks like Weehaw wants to pop that ultimate yet again. Gets canceled though. Has to get it off. There we go. Using it to run away. Will bounce off the walls again. It's stolen by Roger. We're seeing the double Thunder.
Oh my God. what's
Unbelievable. He's
going
actually
on?
doing so much work, but he will fall for his efforts. His general's in a lot of trouble. We'll get the ultimate from Gork. It looks like Midderfeet are doing a nice job. That was just a zoning Avalanche. And Na'Vi on the run. Weehaw coming in again. And that is going to be a 3rd kill here for Midderfeed.
All right, Midder Feet starting to take over these team fights. The Rolling Thunder, it looks so impactful, just bouncing around. And
In that area especially.
yeah, it's nice to see, right? Sometimes you see the people taking these wide turns instead of using all the walls to get all the proper angles and just bounce off. But you know, that was a fight where Na'Vi didn't have Ravage available, and now they do. And Midder Feed, they could be in some trouble if Suneko casually walks in and ravages. You know, it's quite rare that it happens. but-
Weehaw's coming in with a lot of damage onto Rubik. Gets off the telekinesis, but dies shortly thereafter. Viper will get ravaged by Suneko on a few heroes. In fact, the Curse Crown onto General. There's the ultimate from Tomato doing a lot of damage. Will take him out by himself, but here comes Dendi with that Shadow Fiend, cleaning up as much as he can, but it's a triple kill for Tomato at the end of the day. Make it 4.
Oh my God.
And 4 dead for Na'Vi in the blink of an eye. That was with the Ravage. So you're seeing these combinations come to fruition here for Midderfeet. All right, well, there you go. That's 1 kill at least for Na'Vi, but now Crystallize might be in a lot of trouble. Gets off the Bramble Maze. He's attempting to get out, and Kezu's actually really low. One toss will finish him off pretty easily, but there's no vision.
Poor Syndrin.
I don't know about this Terrorize, by the way. You can see it being used. There is an Invis rune here. We'll get to that in a second. It's kind of like Pit of Malice, where you can place it but not cast it. Like it'll show.
Okay.
It's strange. I think that needs to be patched, perhaps.
Well, if we were on the balance team, there'd be a lot of bad things in this game, so thank God we're not.
That's true. Oh, Roger actually steals Shadow Realm. That's going to be quite
pretty
strong.
cool.
It's going to be pretty hard to kill him. I mean, that's... Even at a level 1, even though it's level 4 right now, but a level 1 steal, that's pretty value, I feel.
Well, I would agree. Very, very nice, especially when you're a squishy Rubik that needs to stay alive in these fights.
Yeah.
So, the game has been so chaotic, I don't really know what's going on. People are just battling to the death. Everyone is fighting. But, alright, so is this the build on Pangolier, the double javelin into the diffusal blade? I mean, it looks good.
I've seen it before. We'll get to that in a second. The charges here onto Dendi. Looks like the Pugna is going to get cleaned up by both Weehaw and Tomato. The Rolling Thunder coming in. Roger's here with the telekinesis. There's the jump in from Weehaw. Dendi faking the ult. Looks like they're going to try to turn it around, blow up Weehaw in turn. So 1 for 1 as the rest of mid or feet are on the run. But again, the toss comes through. No telekinesis for 15 seconds. So it looks like this might break things up unless they're spotted here. Crystallized, it is nighttime. They have the scan, but it's not gonna come through correctly here. And well, Tomato does have the Veil of Discord now.
There's a chance Tomato gets caught if Roger happens to stroll into him. They probably know that they're there, right? They have a ward behind the tower. Well, I guess they just placed that.
I mean, there's a lot of space being created. Gorka's taking out that bottom tier 1. Kezu's pushing mid lane. Looks like they will finally find Roger. Or is it the other way around? As Syndrin's in a lot of trouble. He's going to get off his ultimate. Ends up being a trade, a 1 for 2.
All right.
So lots of trades coming in.
So 1 for 2, but Kezu casually took the mid tower, and then Gork also took bottom tower. So is that worth it for Na'Vi? I mean, when you look at the gold swing, probably not.
Yeah,
right, tons of free time for all
Kezu has a Helma Dominator, by the way. So who are you talking, Pangolier, Weehaw?
Yeah,
so double javelin. I mean, I've seen a lot of different builds. We've seen Vanguard on this here. We've seen Blink Dagger a lot, which synergizes really nice with his ultimate.
Feels like people are trying to find the build for him, right?
Have you seen Battle Fury?
But
the cleave is pretty good, actually.
Is it?
For farming.
Okay.
But Maelstrom is a more common pickup. And what else am I thinking of?
You know, I sound dumb because you're like, cleave is pretty good for farming. And I'm like, well, duh.
It is quite good for farming.
It is. Said. Nobody can dispute that, unless you're range hero.
But we've seen Basher, which I'm a little bit surprised by, actually.
Why is that surprising?
Because there's a cooldown on it, so you can only bash 1 person.
There is, but it's 4 strikes, right?
Yeah.
So
you're guaranteed almost to get 1 bash at least.
Right, it's quite likely that you're going to get that 1 bash. And
it's
on a low cooldown, right? 8 seconds? Not bad.
For what?
For the swashbuckle.
Yeah, swashbuckle. Level 25, you'll have a 5-second one. It's pretty good.
Wowzers.
But yeah, Diffusal Blade is pretty core, I would say, on the hero.
Yeah, I would agree. It's very, very nice. Tons of synergy.
Yeah, but the thing I like about the hero is there's not like one build right now. People are still exploring.
Yeah, it is true.
It depends on if you want to go a little bit more right-click or a little more initiation with like a Blink Dagger and make it tanky.
Here comes the smoke. They weren't lying.
Actual smoke, yeah. And Roger, he's dead. Shield Crash finishes him off. Weehaw, middle of the pack in terms of net worth. See how good he can scale into this game, as it's quite even
very,
right now.
very well. You know, the Rolling Thunder feels so impactful in these fights, right? Like, he ignores the Ravage, he goes on top of the Pugna.
Syndrin actually runs right through General, had no idea he was there, trying to get off the Nether Strike. The break is there on Tiny, though, and they are just ripping him a new one. He will die to the neutrals. Pretty typical. Gotta hate those neutrals. General, in the meantime, though, will be spotted out. The magic missile's there. They have swap if they really need it. Doesn't look like it will even come close to that, as the mid or feet are just dominating this last few minutes after being down 3k so early.
You know, they're dominating, but the gold lead isn't really moving anywhere. Dendi's still super, super farmed in the Shadow Fiend. He's gone for a bit of the caster build, right? The Blink Dagger Yules. That's something we used to see a long time ago, but not so popular anymore. I guess it's good against the Breaker, right? He can always split push freely with Blink Dagger and Yules and never be afraid.
How ham is he going to go, though?
I don't know.
How deep? Is he going to go Aghanim's Refresher?
Maybe he'll blow Syndrin up right now.
Oh, God.
Goodbye, sir.
Oh, my Lord. The Terrorize not there in time. In fact, it's just canceled up. In the meantime, Rubik will fall in the mid lane. That's support for support globally.
Yeah, that's true.
And Diffusal Blade now finished on Weehaw, so...
You know, when you play Spirit Breaker, you definitely expect to die in the game, right? That's just
I
kind of how
will
the
die
game
with
goes.
this hero. Especially if it's a Cinderin. Did you catch that Captain's Draft game? He went 0-19 and they won.
I missed it, but I feel like that's every other game.
Well, except for the winning part, right?
Oh, okay.
Just kidding, Cinderin. We love you.
Okay. So, you know, Na'Vi have a pretty cool combo with their heroes, right? They've got the... oh, Jesus, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Good God, the
What do you think
javelins
of
and
his
Diffusal
passive,
Blade.
by the way?
I don't know. It's so weird.
It is a weird one.
It's extremely weird. So I don't know. But you know, they got the cool Tidehunter combo, right? They can toss them in for the Ravage if they group up, even though Tiny probably wants to be getting in there to hit people and stuff. So.
Yeah, true. No, they're gonna find the old Tangolier, who's gonna get out. The Ravage will only connect on a couple here on the high ground.
My God.
That is a huge. As the question mark comes out from Weehaw, bad manner boy.
Bounty? A bonus bounty? The question mark?
We're smoking. Man, that was a very fast reactions from Weehaw as they actually will smoke here.
Yep, nicely done. This hero is very squishy and hard to deal with. Like, look at his health, right? 1200 HP. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the Shield Crash is actually such a cool skill, though. As the charge will be on Dendy. He has BKB. He gets off the Yules.
Yep, nicely done.
Might have to... No, they still have the tier 1, so he'll be safe for now.
They even have a lane ward there to spot him out so they can charge him from fog. That was even from smoke, but the Yules makes it so that he pretty much can't die on the side lanes.
Oh, Weehaw's used his skills. Will threaten the ultimate, but cancel at the end of the day. General's getting charged, so they have vision of him. He just gets insta-gibbed in the trees.
All right. So how do you fight this guy? I mean, they have like a big team fight in the Ravage, right? But it doesn't actually do anything if you already got the Rolling Thunder off. And we saw the gank, and he was able to just get out of there. I don't know. It's it introduces a whole new dynamic to the game that, honestly, I'm not used to yet. I'm sure most people aren't either.
Yeah, still getting used to it on a grand scale, if you will. Crystallized, by the way, went SNY. We've seen this for a bit here.
Oh my
He's
God.
going to get diffused. Weehaw trying to get off the ultimate. He does get the stun off. Will bounce again, so look for that shield crash coming through. Do they have vision? They do with the... he's missed a lot of these swashbuckles. Weehaw, come on now, buddy. Come on now.
You know, we praise him, and then he makes us look stupid.
They get the kill at the end of the day, so not a big deal. Tomato, in the meantime, though, picks up a Blink Dagger. We'll be going for a Kaya into a Yules, it seems.
Yep, I would say quite common. The Dark Willow. So, obviously, he was off to a very rough start. I think he started this game 0-4 or 0-5 with no boots until very, very late in the game. It looked like one of these 5-position supports that struggled the entire game, but, you know, the team fight effect is still there, whether he has items or not, right?
Yeah.
He's still going to be able to, you know, drop the big root, terrorize, all the good stuff, so...
Yeah, and the crazy thing, Terrorize, it's the same duration at all levels. It just costs more mana. Or, sorry, it actually costs the same mana. It's just cooldown. God, that's so insane. I feel like that ultimate's a little bit too good. But tier 2 tower goes down in the way of Na'Vi.
Yep, charge
Cinderin.
up top again.
He's looking to charge, but will cancel it. But yeah, not to talk about the new heroes too much, but it's just... It's so interesting to think about the way that these heroes will be played on a competitive level, since we haven't seen a whole lot of them yet.
Yep, I agree.
Oh, Dendy and company are smoked. Did they say they were smoked? They did
They
not.
did not. All right, they are
So
out of the
you
running
will
for that
fail
bounty.
that challenge as Weehaw. Oh, he'll use one of his abilities, the swashbuckle, into the ultimate. Won't be able to get it off. The nice swap from Kezu, and there's the Bramble Maze on top of it, and he's going to jump in with that Blink Dagger, bouncing left and right. You need to coordinate that a little bit better. Finally gets it off correctly as Dendy pops the BKB. It's a 2-for-0 as the toss will be used to take out Kezu. Dendy's BKB has dissipated. Actually, the Cursed Crown hits a couple heroes. Cinderin with the charge. They're going to clean up Dendy now. Tomato attempting to go after General. Gets the Decrepify into the life drain and will finish him off in style. It's a 1-for-2. Make it a 3-for-3, but Crystallize will fall. And Pugna, the lone survivor from Na'Vi. And Weehaw somehow lives despite being in a horrendous position to start that fight. But a great swap from Kezu.
Yeah, big swap saving his life and pretty much saving the team fight.
Yeah.
If Pangolier died early on like that, I don't think they'd have any chance of winning the fight. So, it looked good, right, for one team in the beginning, and then it kind of evened out, right? Both teams just traded a few kills, nothing really happened. You know, no big objectives being gained, both teams just go back to farming. It's like, I feel like they need to take Roche, or do something big to take it to the next level. Oh, boy.
I love watching people play this hero.
We caught that.
All right, he gets one off. Decrepify's there. But here comes Gork as well. And that, my lord, dude. The swashbuckle does so much damage with Diffusal. Pretty insane.
It does. Those javelins as well.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about that. Eventually, he'll turn that into an MKB, I'm sure. But he's in no rush, it seems.
Of course. The javelins are so cost-effective for these heroes. They can get a million attacks off, right? The Pangolier, Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
I mean, he'll probably want to get the MKB at some point anyway. Not just because of slot limitations, but it's 60 damage each right now,
very nice.
magic. But when you turn into MKB, it's 100 damage, but it's magic.
The new stats on it make it quite nice for a lot of these heroes that pick up, right? Previously, some heroes like OD, for example, really struggled with evasion. They didn't have a good item build for it.
That's a good point.
All right, Pangolier missed his abilities.
He wants to try. There's the blink. Oh, he has a wall to work with, and he has another shield crash as well. Will he get off the stun? Roger, unfortunately, steals the shield crash, and Swashbuckle will finish off that Rubik.
Meanwhile,
are they doing this challenge? All right, they have to wait for 1 minute or kill it. It's two different challenges.
This is like some Team Fortress 2 nonsense, some 2 Fort here going on. Protecting the intelligence.
All right, protect the flag at all costs, my friend. Dendy, can you steal it? You have BKB and Blink. You could actually just ruin this bounty for mid or feed.
It's difficult, right? You can't just casually walk into the pit when you know they're defending, no matter how badly you want to do it. I guess you could do it with like Tidehunter's got a blink dagger, right? He could blink in there.
Yeah, that's true. They know about it. They might know, but Dendy's in a lot of trouble. Takes a lot of damage, but there's a beautiful Ravage onto 4 heroes, in fact. Weehaw will get blown up thanks to the Requiem.
Dead.
They do have Terrorize to work with still, I believe. They do indeed. So it's a 1-for-1. There's a 2-for-1, in fact. Crystallize and Na'Vi being zoned out right now. Has it been a minute? I wasn't keeping track, because you might just need to take it, my friend. Forget about the bounty. You have to worry about the win at this point.
They want the cash.
They really want it. As Rubik will be cleaned up eventually by Dark Willow.
Oh my
It's very low, though. And the Aegis is taken. I'm not 100% sure if that was after a minute. Seems like it could have been. We'll know very soon from Mr. Midas, I'm sure. And Dark Willow's in a lot of trouble trying to get out the Terrorize, but not fast enough, as Dendy will get stunned from the Cursed Crown. Crystallize jumps in, blows up Kezu. Gork with absolutely no mana, but same with Crystallize.
So Rubik stole one of Dark Willow's spells and almost killed Dark Willow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which spell did he tell? The ult? The Bedlam?
Yeah. It did a ridiculous amount of damage. Maybe this hero's not that imbalanced. But maybe if you put one of these spells on Rubik, whew, then you've got a real hero.
We're smoking with one guy alive. Very likely.
Yeah, Cinder, they're not going to call your bluff on this one.
But yeah, General and Company. So we saw this in the last series, actually. The old Dagon Express from Pugna. Yep. Quite strong with Decrepify, of course. I assume he wants to get Kaya at some point, since Aether Lens is only for range at this point. Would that be something you're expecting, or?
I don't really know. I feel like he might have to go for a sort of defensive item to stay alive so he can cast his abilities. Does the Rolling Thunder, does it stun through BKB, through Magic Unity? I don't think it does, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's double check.
Well, we can't.
Oh, he's rolling right now.
He's rolling out.
Where are you at, Weehaw?
Okay, it does not pierce Magic Unity. That's what I thought. But
okay.
All right. I mean, there's still a lot of things that he has to watch out for. He can't casually, like, life drain or anything like that. I guess he doesn't even want to because he's got the Dagon.
Yeah, let's see. So he went Basher.
Okay.
As we talked about. Did he actually sell a Javelin?
He did. This is madness.
Huh.
Maybe it's on the chicken? I mean,
so
why would it be on the chicken?
The benefit you get of actually upgrading MKB, other than the 75% accuracy, of course, is the fact that the damage you get, the 60 pure damage, goes through BKB.
Yep.
Which is kind of a big deal when you're talking about a Shadow Fiend who is going Aghanim Scepter, by the way. Hell yeah.
So he's the full magician Shadow Fiend.
I love this. So
spellcaster.
Refresher's next, right? You have to do that. If you're going this all in, you have to.
Oh, yeah, of course. You just want to blow people up.
Sick, man. I'm so excited. Weehaw, he's going to find a couple heroes. Beautiful initiation. Has the wall to work with. There's a Terrorize into a Shield Crash. Tomato with the Bedlam just cleans up Rubik. Absolutely no problem. Looks like Crystallize is next on the list, but they don't have vision to actually clean him up. In the meantime, though, some considerable damage being done to the Tier 3 top.
From Fog. Over and over.
Well, don't think they're going to find anybody. So Navi's going to get out pretty safely. Or Seneko? All right. Finally, TP's out.
The Swashbuckle just barely missed him. He could have gotten bashed to cancel a TP. But look at the tower. It's at 182 HP. Big win for Navi, right? It looked really, really bad in the beginning. They only end up losing Roger. Do a ton of tower damage, force rotations, glyph. Not bad at all.
Yeah, that started as an amazing initiation from Weehaw.
Yep.
But they didn't have the important heroes there. Or they didn't find enough damage to kill more than Rubik, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the no detection problem, right?
Yeah. All right. Wait, how do you... Am I dumb?
What's going on? You might be, but what's your question?
Oh, yeah. The Javelin was used for the basher, of
yep.
course.
Don't worry, I was dumb. I was like, wait, where'd the Javelin go?
He sold the Javelin easily. I mean, these things change so often, who knows? Although that has not changed. So
You know, I
no
just
excuse.
trusted you. I trusted what you
know.
said,
I mean-
even though I knew it was stupid.
When I'm adamant about something, I'm usually right. Dandy gets swapped at the last moment, gets charged on top of Curse Crown as well.
Yeah, damage.
They have so much crowd control. It's actually ridiculous. Even
Right.
just Dark Willow by herself has so much crowd control.
That was very nicely baited. That's a huge kill. They've been struggling to deal with the Shadow Fiend split pushing the entire time, but now they're charging again.
General. He gets off the Decrepify, doing a lot of damage to Weehaw. Gets up a nice ultimate, though. Did Rubik steal it? He did, but he won't have time to use it. And that is a 3-for-0 in the end of this engagement.
Okay, very nice, but Seneko making the big plays, cutting the wave up top, gonna get charged. I imagine he's gonna blink out the TP. Yep, he's good. But there's only one creep wave for mid or feed to work with, and mid or feed, they look pretty good. They still have the Aegis, but perhaps they haven't acquired as big of a gold lead as they would have liked with the Aegis, right?
Right.
But I guess that's about to change, right? We're getting towers for free now. They seem unfightable as long as Weehaw doesn't die in the very beginning. But yeah, they're just going to keep going. They got the
Why
Vengeur,
not?
Alpha Wolf. They are super, super strong. No Shadow Fiend for 15 seconds.
That's a lot of damage to Tidehunter. But even when Shadow Fiend comes up, that's half your souls and not available to
Very
you.
true.
So not quite as powerful. Will at least get the tier 3, perhaps even more.
I don't think they can fight this on the side of Na'Vi.
Yeah, fortification down, and with that, I believe mid or feed are going to be happy with this trade. A Rax for literally nothing, unless they can find Kezu. Weehaw jumps in.
God.
The
That's half his
Bramble
health.
Maze, zoning. Oof. What can he do? You have to walk through that very carefully. You
Doesn't
can actually
seem
farm
possible.
waves with that, too. It was pretty good. Aegis is popped, though.
Okay, so in the end, they make use of their Aegis at the very end, right? They didn't really get a whole lot before then. They end up taking 2 towers and a melee Rax, so pretty good use of it. Pretty good usage out of the Aegis. So, how have the mind games been going? The whole we're smoking nonsense. The whole
Almost nothing this game, I think.
okay. Well,
Dandy gets swapped into the charge, gets off the blink, and we'll pop the BKB. But here's a big Ravage coming through. Weehaw with a nice ultimate, though. There's the Terrorize, keeping heroes at bay. Spear Break is going to be the first to fall here as Rubik takes the Viper Strike. Gork very low. Remember, no Aegis to work with here. Will attempt to get out of the Decrepify into the life drain. You have to think that's enough damage. Indeed it is. Bramble Maze comes out, stunning the entirety of Na'Vi. It looks like Kezu will end up falling as well, so it's a 2-for-3. Weehaw did snipe somebody on the backside. In fact, trying to go for more, gets a Basher proc onto Roger.
dangerous plays.
Yeah, he gets Yules, though. He's in a lot of trouble, has no shield crash for a bit, and that's a triple kill for Dendi. He has his souls back, has the Aghanim Scepter, and is pretty close to getting that 25, which I assume he's going to go.
Is Na'Vi back?
Actually, I
Just
don't know
like
what
that?
he goes here. Does he go cooldown reduction?
Who?
Dendi on 25. I was going to say 3 damage per soul is a standard, but this game,
Yeah, he's the wizard, right?
yeah, this game, maybe
He's got
not.
so many. I think the cooldown reduction is too good to pass up
Yeah,
with this style of a build.
I mean,
at
you
the
get
same time,
it
you
works
have-
on Yules, it works on BKB, everything.
Well, there's also the argument for the extra Necromancer or Necro Mastery souls, right? The soul damage with 46, you would get. I'm no mathematician. I'm sure someone can help you guys out with that. You can pull up the calculator on your computer, guys.
Pull up
don't
that
worry.
TI-83 plus. Nobody's going to get that reference.
Everyone's got a phone. You guys can check it out there.
Now they use phones. Now there's going to be a lot of damage to this tier 3. They do have buybacks. Of course, Tiny.
So much damage.
Yeah, he's doing quite a bit. And in fact, they're going to try to split this up a bit. Try to take out a tier 3. Cinderin. All right, they have to swap. BKB popped by Crystallize. They're going to get the toss off. Kezu's in a lot of trouble. Cinderin gets off the Nether Strike, and they're going to be happy with that, at least for now. They're going to hold the tower for now. Yules, Crystallize. Here comes Dendi, though. He has the BKB, gets swapped, trying to get off the Requiem of Souls. He'll finally do so. Does a lot of damage to the Viper. And it comes back and heals him to full. And looks like Kezu's next to fall. 4 dead overall right now as Weehaw just spawned.
Okay, so
And now mid or feed are in a lot of trouble.
what just happened? Like he got swapped out, so he didn't get the point blank Requiem of Souls off, but it still did so much damage.
Yeah. Oh, Weehaw.
insane.
He gets off the ultimate, gets Dagon right before. Trying to do as much damage to Roger as he can. He steals Shield Crash. He'll be a little bit tankier than usual. Cinderin jumps in. They're trying to hold this to a high degree. Weehaw able to get off his spells to get to the high ground, but he'll jump right back in, crystallize very low. Dendy with a couple raises, he'll finish him off. 80 seconds on the deck, does have buyback to work with though. Viper in a lot of trouble, he's going to be surrounded by Navi players. Sinner gets Yulesed, and Gork will fall to the right clicks eventually. There's the Ravage, in fact, being used.
All right.
Not needed.
The fireworks coming out from the Suneko.
That's right, it's very flashy, that's all you need. And one more right click, Cinder will fall. We got a little bit too late.
So we got bought back, but not in time.
Right.
I mean, you couldn't really do anything after that, perhaps.
He does have his ultimate though.
Oh, big Yules.
He could be in some trouble here. Shield Crash is available. Trying to get off his ultimate, but will die. 100 seconds on the deck, no buyback. And with the push power of Na'Vi, you have to think this is going to be minimum 2 racks, maybe megas.
If we got no reason
Weehaw
to
will
stop,
be right back,
unless-
though, Brax.
That's true. He will be back in 85 seconds when he comes back from his death. Okay, so what can Tomato do here? Is he going to be able to blow someone up?
Oh, he's trying.
in.
Gets off Bedlam. Crystallized pops the BKB.
He's looking
gonna
mighty dead.
Okay, he's in a lot of trouble. Gets swapped out by Kezu. It's going to be Sacrificial Lamb. Dandy with the raises again. Terrorize is not there in time. BKB popped regardless. As Kezu will fall to
Crystallize is
Dandy's
dead.
right click. Bedlam is stolen, in fact, so Roger's going to have that to farm with. Very nice. And by the way, they're top racks.
Yeah.
Everything's being pushed in that opposite lane, but Dendy will be happy with the second racks here. Kezu buys back, gets the magic missile off Roger. Can he help save his teammate, his comrade in arms? The charge is on its way.
Should be okay. Looks
He
like
should
he's
be
out.
fine.
All right. So, very costly defense from Mitterfeed, if you can even call that a defense. They kind of got slaughtered, threw their bodies at him, defended the second set of racks.
Oh my god, what? Bedlam is insane. Look at the cooldown on this thing, 20 seconds cooldown. That's an ultimate.
I don't know what happened.
Jesus, the illusion trying its best to take out Roger, but not sure if you'll find it. Look at this thing. Look at this stupid thing. The
Why is it
Aghanim
stupid?
Scepter is so good.
It is good.
Not good enough. It's actually not great against Pugna. Can't he just life drain that? Does that work?
It doesn't. Oh, actually, I don't know. Perhaps it just
It might
instantly
work.
kills it like the Dagon. I don't know if it behaves like an illusion or if it behaves like a hero. I imagine it behaves like a hero because I think it can get hexed and it's just a sheep.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing as the Arc Lord ultimate. But yeah. All right.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So Suns fan, Mitterfeed, they were looking pretty good, but now all of a sudden they've kind of shit the bed here.
They went top and fed.
That is true.
They got top and then fed.
All right. They weren't sticking to the guns, going mid or feed, not and.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Guys,
these are some notes to
the
take
lore
for-
of the team. You got to stick with it, you know?
It's important, right? You've got to play to your strengths no matter what.
Yeah, they get a nice defensive scan here. So Weehan Company know what's going on.
God,
And
the
Weehan,
cooldown of the shield crash in the ball with the talent is...
it's so good, dude.
That's crazy.
Like, you can time it, so if you shield crash and then swashbuckle right as you're about to land, you'll blink to that area, get your shield crash off, you'll come out of your ultimate, which means you have your shield crash available again, because it was on the 2-second cooldown from the ultimate.
Will it also apply like the bump from the Rolling Thunder?
Yeah, no, not the bump. It will not apply the bump. I tested that thoroughly, actually.
Well,
'cause
he's
I
got
thought it
the
would.
with Blink Dagger. You can probably do some crazy nonsense
Oh, yeah.
with that. So
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. And Weeha, this game, you're seeing he's very disruptive in the fights. He's dealing a decent amount of damage,
yeah,
but really wants to get that 25. I assume he's going to go for the swashbuckle cooldown because look at his
imagine
items.
so.
He's got crit stick. He's going for Daedalus.
yep. All right, the smoke being called out, and it's actually a smoke from mid or feed.
Oh boy,
Jesus.
Weeha, he does have his ultimate. This could be amazing in the pit. Terrorizes. Oh, he goes backwards. He's on the wrong side. Oh no.
Oh boy.
And it looks like Tomato just feeds his life away. Oh, that is truly unfortunate. Kezu and company are going to try to fight this regardless. Terrorize comes out. It's not going to do a whole lot, though. It was stolen by Rubik, so it will force half their team away. And that's 2 dead in the blink of an eye. Looks like
still got
Kezu looks to be
Ravage.
next. And that's 3 dead. And you have to think this might be it for Mitterfeed in game 1. Oh my god, that was almost the coolest initiation I've seen. So we're going to see
big
Dendy
spear bomb.
insta-gib Weeha.
All right. General
what?
kills himself. He he gives his life for the greater good.
All right.
Dendy, he's on and give him make him feel nice.
So that was, I mean, you've seen the Rolling Thunder in the pit before, right?
Yes.
It
where
is
just bounces.
ridiculous. It's literal
Insane.
perma-stun.
You know, there are a
And-
lot of heroes that are pretty strong in the pit, right? You think Darkseer, you think these big AoE team fights, and Rolling Thunder is no exception.
And it could have been great, but he just got stuck on that little edge of the terrain and just kept, and then he ended up going backwards.
Yep, there's a lot of clowny things that can happen with this ability. It's not easy to use, for sure.
And either way, it looks like Navi's going to get, at the very least, Mega Creeps, if not more. Actually, they might just get melee.
They're kind of holding back.
Yeah, Terrorize comes in. Denny pops the BKB, though. Crystallize. There's a swap onto Denny. He's in a lot of trouble, getting quite low. Gets the Yules off. Crystallize, right-clicking Cinderin with that big stick of his. They're going to find Dendy, though. And the toss will finish off Cinderin. Looks like they're going to focus on Gork now. The break comes through as well on the bottom side. Dendy. He's still alive, in fact, but finally will drop. A 4 for 3. That was the Aegis, I'm assuming. And Crystallize. No, he has the Aegis. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Well, they will get that. So they won't have Mega Creeps here. Bramble, swap, not the greatest coordination. Crystallize, yeah. Dendy. TP's in. Gets off the E-Blade, in fact, into the Avalanche toss, and that's going to blow up Kezu. Will they try to finish off this Rax is the question. Tiny. Getting controlled right now. Weehaw just bouncing on him left, right, and center. Dendy gets swapped in. A lot of trouble with this illusion. This illusion is very pesky, but Weehaw will find his way to the grave. And the lone survivor right now is Tomato. But Navi will not get the Mega Creep still, so mid or feed holds.
Crystallize buying back. He gets Boots of Travel, sells a Blink Dagger. They want to end this game. But you know what? Don't worry, Shannon. Weehaw will be right back.
In 70 seconds, he'll be right back.
That's right. If they can hold after then maybe they can make something happen.
But Dandy with... Oh, he's trying to get off his ultimate. That was a stolen Bramble Maze, I do believe. And there's another strike. They're actually going to get Dendy. That's 120 seconds on the deck. That's a dieback. Tomato in a lot of trouble, though. Gets the Terrorize off. Will be only on Crystallize. Will run back to base. But it'll actually help him get back to the range racks, which he will
nicely done.
Take out with ease. So that is Mega Creeps going the way of... no, they still have a range racks top, actually. BKB popped by Crystallize. Avalanche is there. Looks like Cinderin's going to be the one that drops again.
Why do you say that again? You're making it sound like he's just been feeding the entire game.
Yeah, you know, it's a death again. All right. The Bedlam does a lot of damage. Tomato, though, is in still a lot of trouble. Gets the Force Staff off Crystallize with the toss. Not enough damage to take him out. Crystallize will fall. That's 4 dead for Na'Vi. And the range racks top still survive. So Mega Creeps are not here yet, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, with all these buybacks, the gold difference isn't actually that big. Right? At this stage of the game, once you take 5 racks and all these towers, it's probably about a 25k gold swing without all these buybacks and feeds. So.
Well, let's look at the buybacks right now. The only buyback is on Seneko.
Okay.
Which, if he gets Ravage off, then, you know, he's done his job, kind of.
Exactly. This is a hero that's probably going to get his abilities off before he dies in most scenarios, unless... All right. Tomato is dead.
Tomato?
Yep.
Okay.
He's dead.
Ugh. Well, is this a time where you just go straight up mid? I mean, you don't have Tomato now, though. That's a big issue.
That is a big issue. That's the... Again, he did not go mid or feed, right? He went top and fed. We got some problems here.
But they're mid now. Oh, they're going to try to go for Throne, perhaps?
I guess
don't know about this. Their pushing is not nearly as strong as Na'Vi. All right, well, to get the tier 4...
Oh, hold on. What's going on here?
Up. Dendy's up in 15 seconds. There's a swap on the General. Can they clean him up? Can that clarify? Weehaw blows him up. That's a buyback now. All right, here comes a swap. Tidehunter. No Ravage for 60 seconds. Weehaw just needs to zone as much as he can, but Roger steals that very same ultimate. Will use it onto Viper. 2 rolling bowlers all over the place. Weehaw misses another swashbuckle, and Roger will be using this to full effect to stun out Kezu. And Dendy is able to clean up a couple more heroes. And buyback does come from Weehaw. There's the Requiem of Soul. Oh my, did he get hit by that twice?
He did.
I have not seen that in a long time. That is pretty dirty.
It is. All right, so maybe this, this is the throw zone, right? You walk into enemy base, you feed a little bit, then they do the same thing, and you kind of just keep tossing them back and forth. Viper is strong, all right? Mjolnir, Hurricane Pike, he's not that strong. I lied.
I mean, it's going to be 4v5, so Mitterfeet can try to hold without their Vengeful Spirit. Tomato's going to be up here very shortly. Rolling Boulder used again by Rubik. He's going to get the stun onto the Viper and perhaps Cinderin as well. In fact, might be a double stun, in fact. Nope, not going to be. Top lane, though. Looks like they want to get these Mega Creeps. Very important. Crystallize. Gets off the infinite toss onto Gork McGork. Attempting to get out, but the right clicks will suffice with the BKB activated. And in the meantime, look at Tomato. He has a Desolator. He is right-clicking so much. He has the 200 attack speed talent.
Good God.
But he is the last remaining member, for now, on mid or feed. So you have to think that this game might finally come to an end as the Curse Crown comes into effect. Dendy, you better be careful, man. Tomato does a lot of damage. The Ravage will completely whiff. Kezu's going to be up in 7 seconds. Look at this damage with Bedlam, but the nice Yules keeping him alive for now. Dendy getting focused down to swap into the fountain, and Dendy's dead. Has 100 seconds on the deck. The Rolf comes out from Roger as well.
Rolf. Rolf is Denny's new nickname, apparently, and he still has no buyback, right?
Yeah, why was he just standing there for so long? I was wondering the same thing.
This is Midas mode, Shannon.
Look
Anything
at how
goes.
fast he attacks, dude. You need to get a crit on this hero.
So does Bedlam deal physical damage? No, it's magical damage. Okay, it still deals a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah, it's quite good. It is somewhat short range, but
that is true. But
it kind of revolves around you, so
yeah. But he has tools, right? He's got the Blink Force Yules, and he also has the Shadow Realm, so we can kind of avoid a lot of damage.
Oh, he bought something. What did he just buy? Oh, he bought a Maelstrom. Okay.
Okay.
So I assume he's gonna just sell the Veil.
Yeah, I can't imagine he'd be using it very often anymore.
Cinder needs to hit level 20 real bad. Needs that charge speed.
Is that what they need?
Well, it's one of the things they need.
Okay, one of many.
I don't know, dude.
We're going down the checklist, and that's quite low on the list.
This is still winnable, honestly, for mid or feed.
Well,
I mean, we have yet to see a level 25 Dark Willow really come into effect, so we'll see if it's scary or not. It looks scary.
It does look scary. Good God, the Shadow Realm hits for 660 max damage.
Oh, did he get the talent for that?
Yeah.
That is sickening.
Huh.
That's a Laguna Blade, essentially.
It is. Okay, so this Pangolier here was kind of funny, right? Sometimes he feels super impactful, and sometimes we see him just bounce off the walls.
It feels like a very easy steal for Rubik.
Is it though? Because he can just use the shield crash immediately, right?
You can, but
I guess.
But he's been stealing.
Yeah, you're right.
Consistently. Oh, General might be in some trouble.
Charge.
The Viper ult is there. The swap maybe a little bit untimely, but they'll find the kill. It's 100 seconds with no Pugna. What's he doing here by himself?
What do you mean? He's scouting.
All right, guys, I found him.
He's gathering the intelligence. Gotta let them know what's going on.
What's the charge? Is that a level 20 yet? Nope. Cinderin's still hoping for it.
Is there a reason why Weeha's holding on to his last skill point?
Oh, boy.
The talent tree?
He's probably asking his teammates what's better.
Oh, okay. First time on the hero. Not really sure, guys. Asking the resident.
If I were to pick,
expert.
I think I'd take Swashbuckle. How about you?
I can't imagine.
Okay,
that.
he did not.
All right, we will.
So he rolls for 8 seconds, and then it's down for 16, and it's up again.
Okay.
Is that updated? Is that how you use
it
is?
It
okay.
is.
All right. We'll see how it works. I mean,
it's kind of cool.
Again, have yet to see these heroes in a lot of cases be level 25, so pretty fun to see overall.
Yep, agreed.
And have yet to see Cinder hit 20 in like the past 20 games as well, so hoping to see that in addition.
Jesus.
Sorry, it's okay. I'm good friends with Cinder, and it's fine.
You know, keep it up.
Dendy and company. This is a really big Roche. This is Refresher Shard, which you probably just give to Seneko, I would assume.
I couldn't imagine to give it to anyone else. A lot of 25 heroes in this game. I'm a big fan of the tiny 3-toss charges. That's so good.
Yeah.
It
seems really pretty strong.
Yep.
Or a 5-second avalanche time. That's pretty insane.
Also good, right? But I guess with the toss
has to be
the
better,
chain.
Though.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Roche will be free. Not even an attempt here.
Okay. Oh, all right. Cinderin's almost level 20. He's about 200 experience away. He's picked up his BKB.
Oh,
this
very
could
exciting.
be the big game changer.
Oh, no. Do they not have the tome? You really need a tome, my friend.
Oh, boy.
We're not going to see him hit 20. They do scan.
No faith.
They know. They know. Kezu has the swap available. They have Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. Weeha showing his ultimate.
Pulling out.
Better be careful. Jumps back up the cliff. We'll be up another 14 seconds, so the Ravage will connect onto 2. Here's the Refresher Ravage onto a bunch. Here's Terrorize, though. 3 heroes running back to base for now as Viper's trying to right-click. They'll take out 1. That's the Pugna again. Crystallize looks to be next, but that's the Aegis. Remember, he is surrounded for now. Where's Tomato, man? He's on the sideline just ripping kids up left and right. Crystallize gets the toss off 2 times. Has another one to work with. Dendy with the Shadow Fiend ultimate. Gets a decent amount of damage coming out, and Gork looks to be next. That is 4 dead for mid or feed as Tomato Again, the last remaining member. I don't think he can hold this by himself
You know,
this
it's
time.
4 dead, but Kazu's got his Vengeful Spirit Illusion from the Aghanim's.
That's true. Dealing a decent amount of CC. Tomato gets swapped. Trying to take out Crystallize. He'll find it with the Kezu Illusion, but
Stolen Bedlam does so much damage.
that is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. As Kezu ends with a double kill, even though he's dead. That's the beauty of Aghanim Scepter. Game 1 was a doozy, I have to say.
This was a back-and-forth, action-packed game. This was a good game. I enjoyed it.
So Navi taking game 1 of this best of 3 after losing their first 2 games to OG. We'll see how the draft changes. Of course, this is Midas mode, so things are going to get crazier and crazier as time goes on, but we'll go to a quick break, and we shall return after this, guys.